Всем здравствуйте. Меня зовут Талгат Сабрагалиев, и с вами программа Мезгил.Тұлға.Пiкiр. Сегодня у нас в гостях экс-мэр германского города Оберриксинген Willi Baur, и мы поговорим об особенностях развития регионов Германии. Good afternoon, Mr. Bauer. Let me introduce myself. My name is Талгат Сабрагалиев, and we would like to ask you some questions about your experience as a mayor of a small town in Germany. Thank you for coming. Let us start. So, the first question, could you introduce yourself in generally about the huge experience in public service?
Yes, first I thank you for the invitation in your country, in this town. And I was mayor for 38 years in a small town near Stuttgart, Baden-Württemberg in Germany. We have about 3,500 inhabitants. Myself, I'm out of work now, and I can find new experience here in Kazakhstan for our official Verwaltung, for official things, and I see things which are new for me. Yeah, I have a modern system here.
Okay. Which strategic plans or programs have you implemented in your city, and how successful were they?
When I started in 1971, there was Oberiksingen agriculture city, agriculture community, and the first program was to change agriculture to a commercial kind.
Industrial.
And therefore, all the plannings and the things we have to do were look for commercial ground, for commercial area in near of our town. And this was very successful.
How balanced, or how to say, symmetrically your cities and lands developed, and which subsidies do you get from the land budget for your town?
Yes, we have the regional plan to develop some commercial things, to develop traffic of bus, but we are not in a railway station, therefore we can't develop in bigger sense.
Oh. I see. How different the cities are developed?
Yeah.
The names.
Cities who have a railway station. That's the important point. All the railway stations have the possibility to make areas for commercial things.
So you want to say that to having the rail station is the key to develop the town,
That's
right?
a key for development in the towns, and we have no possibility to have a railway station, for we are in a country with mountains and water.
So without rail station, the development of the town will be less.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Nowadays, Kazakhstan tries to implement fourth level of the budget. So, can you share about the types of taxes in your town and percent to getting from them?
The most important tax is tax of the income from the people who live
from each
here.
Person.
From each person who is busy in the yes, and we get about 20% from this income from the employers.
Mm-hmm. Yes. From employees.
Employers, yeah. And then the next part will be is the tax of ground and buildings. Each person who has ground and has houses and buildings must pay a ground tax. That's about 20 to 30% of the budget.
Of the budget of your town.
Of our town, yes. And then we have small taxes for things like dogs. We have dog taxes.
I heard about it.
And these are the most important tax. Commercial tax is also in the last year is increased. We have now a good commercial tax. I can tell you that we are with the military area, we can change in a commercial area, and therefore we get commercial taxes.
As I heard in Germany, there is a thing that the higher income, the higher tax, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Telling about the efficiency of the mayors, which indicators do you have in order to evaluate the work of the mayor? And does the salary depends on this evaluation?
Yes, we are elected for 8 years. In these 8 years, you have to bring solutions for development of all kinds you have in the village. Those kind, especially the child care and the school. We have to build houses for childcare and for school, and that's one case of success in the work of a mayor. The other is to build streets, to develop the town with water and those things. If all these things are for the inhabitants well made, you will be elected again.
Again and again, right?
If there is something not good, you get not elected.
The most important evaluation of the work of mayor is election.
Election after 8 years, yes.
It's good.
And especially in the first time, after the first 8 years, there is an election very important for they don't know my kind of my work, and after 8 years they know he is working well, and you will be again elected again, and therefore the first election was really not so easy.
For you?
Also for me, for everybody who is been elected.
Okay, I see.
But after 8 years, people have seen there is all
changes,
and I was elected 5 times.
I would like to ask you about the council of your town. Remember once you said that to be a member of the council is more prestigious to be rather than to be a public a worker in mayor's office. When it became so, and when the first council of your town was organized?
Yes, I was elected in 1971, and the first council when I found these were a council of farmers, agriculture people, for we have no commercial firmas, and therefore I must change the mind in the council from the agricultural sense to commercial sense, and that was also my work and my sins in 8 years to change this mind in the council. that's not so easy for those old councilmen. They are farmers and they don't know anything as agriculture. And now got some council men were voted again and other not. After 5 years, there is a new election for the council.
Each 5 years, right?
Yes, and after the first 5 years, the farmers and agriculture were there, and then we have persons who are interested in commercial, a new council in commercial, and then we started to develop some areas for commercial in our town.
Okay. When the first council was organized in your town, approximately, can you say?
I don't know. I must look in the archives and don't know. The first council must be in this year's 50.
50s, 60s, like this, right? Okay, thank you very much. Which qualities of a person is high evaluated in public sector? Can you name 3 of them, for example?
The personal for those council or
for the council, for mayor's office,
yes,
to be a good worker as a public servant.
Yes, the first is to be good worker and to understand people. If they have a question, you must have time to understand them and to answer them. If you don't mention people and don't answer, that's not so good for the future of the mayor.
And the third one?
Also, the second one.
Yes, second one and third one?
Third one, I don't also take time for everybody who visit the office of the mayor. That's in a town with 3,500 inhabitants normally, that you know everybody and everybody knows the mayor. So
you said to be a good worker and to be polite with the people.
Yes, yes.
To have opportunity to listen them, right?
I listen to them.
Okay.
I take time to listen.
So in our country, in Kazakhstan, there are some bans and restrictions for public servants. What about Germany?
We have no bans. I don't know some.
For example, by the rule, the public servant cannot be a businessman or entrepreneur. Do you have the same?
Yes, that's not so easy to answer. For if you are a council in the council, you can have business in.
We are the same as,
Yes.
as a member of the council,
Yes.
but
If I'm mayor
or the public
or
servant.
public, it's not usual to have another.
It's prohibited.
It's not forbidden. You can have a second part of work, but you must tell it in the
Declaration?
to the mayor. If somebody has another part of work, he must get the permission of the mayor.
Okay. But what about, can the mayor be a businessman?
Yeah, that is possible. For you as a mayor, you don't need any special no. Everybody can be a mayor. He must be 25 years old, and he must be not punished. And if there is everybody in the position to be elected, he can be elected as a mayor. And but if he have a position in a firm, in a commercial, he got that's another kind. He isn't got not so salary as he is only mayor.
Mm-hmm.
But that's mostly part in a very small communities. For the salary of a mayor in a small community is not enough. Therefore, he got a second job.
Is it officially?
It's official, yes.
It's not breaking the law?
No. That's a position. He is honorable. He got not not salary. He is a honorable mayor.
But even, the mayor of your town, small town, and the mayor of, I don't know, Berlin. The mayor of Berlin also can have business?
No. That's a big part. When I started in my town, the mayor was not salaried. He was honored. That was an honor to be mayor.
You mean he worked for free?
Not for free, so on a honorary salary. That's
Okay, I see. But he was a businessman.
He was then?
He was a businessman, or?
He was a businessman, yes. And when I started, I was only a mayor and no businessman. I came from school and started as a mayor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You want to say that if the mayor has a business, he will be paid a honorable salary?
Yeah, yes.
Officially?
Official, yes.
It's all legal, right?
Yes, yeah.
But if you have only one work as a mayor, you will be paid a good salary.
Yes,
Normally.
Normally, yes.
Interesting.
But the good salary that begins with 2,000 inhabitants.
2,000. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. What about other public servants? They cannot. They can.
They can, if I permit.
If you permit.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
But and the permission is the permission says in first he must make his work in the office.
Oh, okay. I see. What about other restrictions? Do they have for public servants in Germany?
I don't know anything.
It was difficult to understand that the mayor can have business because it's prohibited here in Kazakhstan. Strictly prohibited. Yes. Describe, please, our academy in 2 words, and what is your impression from our country, from Kazakhstan?
I'm so astonished about the things you have here. The teachers are so, how do you call it? They are firm in this. They know everything about official affairs. They are really competent.
Yeah, they are.
And I see you are better installed than all the schools in Germany.
Installed?
Installed with this. You have the internet things. You have all the things you need. We don't have it.
2 words of academy.
But we have a very slow internet. Therefore,
It was a surprise for me. But can you express the academy in 2 words? Just 2 words.
Really, really good. Really in the best situation.
Okay, thank you. Best situation. What about impressions of our country?
I'm astonished about the progress in this town, especially here in no more Altana now.
Nur Sultan.
Yes, with the new buildings.
Okay.
It's really
Thank you very much for coming. You're always welcome to Academy, to Kazakhstan. Спасибо, всего доброго, до свидания.